BMA Biotech, tomorrow's solutions, today. Proudly introduce Hydrocarbon Multi Clean, a custom formulated pipeline remediation solution for the upstream, midstream and downstream energy industry. With high levels of volatile vapours circulating around oil and gas exploration and production sites, there are a number of safety measures which must be undertaken. It is imperative to ensure that any sparks or flames do not ignite the vapours. However, with the addition of widespread use of petrochemicals in the upstream, midstream and downstream energy industry, the flammable risk factors are elevated even more. During the development phase of Hydrocarbon Multi Clean, BMA Biotech wanted to ensure that HMC was not only a fit-for-purpose product, but also that the fire hazards within the oil and gas industry are greatly reduced. The flammability test determines how combustible a leading petrochemical-based product is compared to HMC when they are exposed to naked flames and sparks. Chemical flammability testing conducted by BMA Biotech comparing Hydrocarbon Multi Clean to a leading petrochemical product. For the purpose of the control test, we will be applying a flame to the cotton wool swab to determine how combustible it is, without any coatings of either chemicals or crude oils. With direct heat applied to the cotton swab, you will notice that it ignites. However, after a few seconds the flame will extinguish itself and the cotton will smoulder. For the first flammability test, we'll coat one cotton wool swab in Hydrocarbon Multi Clean and one cotton wool swab in the petrochemical product. The HMC will be at a 10% concentrate, whereas the petrochemical product will be at a 20% concentrate as per the manufacturer's recommended dose. When heat is applied directly to the cotton wool swab with HMC, you will note that it doesn't ignite. Even with prolonged exposure, the cotton wool bud still doesn't combust. When the petrochemical product is exposed to the flame, it immediately ignites. For flame test 2, one cotton wool bud will be coated in light crude oil and another will be coated in heavy crude oil to determine the combustibility of both types of crude oil. You will note that when heat is applied to the light crude oil, it instantly combusts. However, when heat is applied to the heavy crude oil, it ignites, but not as quickly. It takes at least 2 exposures to a flame, the heavy crude oil, to ignite properly. Flame test 3 is testing the combustibility of a light crude oil whilst coated in HMC and a petrochemical. When direct heat is applied to the cotton swab coated in light crude oil and HMC, a small flame forms, however, it quickly extinguishes itself. With further heating, the cotton swab does not ignite, even when subjected to heat for a number of seconds. However, when the petrochemical product and light crude oil swab is subject to heat, it instantly ignites. Flame test 4 is testing the flammability of heavy crude oil coated with HMC and the petrochemical product. When the swab coated with heavy crude oil and HMC is subjected to direct heat, it does not ignite, even when the flame is left in place for a few seconds. However, when the swab which is coated in heavy crude oil and the petrochemical is subjected to direct heat, it instantly ignites. For this section of testing, we'll coat one cotton wool swab in a light crude oil and another cotton wool swab in heavy crude oil and expose them both to sparks to determine the flammability. The first crude oil to be subjected to the spark test is the light crude oil. As you can see, within 6 sparks the crude oil ignites. The heavy crude oil ignites within 4 sparks. Spark test 2 will involve coating 2 cotton wool swabs in a light crude oil and then one in the Hydrocarbon Multi Clean and the other in a petrochemical product. After 8 sparks, the HMC coated cotton wool swab doesn't ignite. However, the swab coated with a petrochemical ignites within 5 sparks. Spark test 3 will be the heavy crude oil coated in Hydrocarbon Multi Clean and the petrochemical product. After 10 sparks, the heavy crude oil coated in Hydrocarbon Multi Clean did not ignite. But the heavy crude oil coated in the petrochemical product ignited after 4 sparks.